Alright, so it's your boy Galaxy Worldwide. I don't have the mic things to make it like a clear sound like I used to, because I lost the thing this morning. Anyways, if you're here, leave a like, subscribe, because today we're going back to Tandem. This is like the 5th, the 6th time I've been there now. I don't know, man. I really like going to Tandem. I really like the vibes. The people there show me so much love. Last time they wanted me to stay later, and I just had to leave early, so I'm going to be trying to stay later than I did last time. And Roseboidizzy is also going to perform our new album song Pull Up too. So we're going to be doing a lot, man. We're going to be performing a lot. As y'all can see, I'm walking, but that's just because the ride's in the freaking shop, man. I cannot believe this shit, man. I don't know how long they're going to take with that, but for right now, we just raw dogging it today. But it's not that bad. The weather is not that bad. It's hot, but like the wind is kicking in, so it's like not too bad. It's better than the other days. The other days I was like, bro, I can't even film a music video out here if I wanted to. Like, hell no. But yeah, if y'all like and enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe. We're gonna be getting into it. I'm probably not gonna film me getting there and all that. I'm probably just gonna, if anything interesting happens, I will. But if not, then I'll just film like, hey, we just got here type stuff. So I'll see y'all in a minute. Y'all better subscribe, bro. You better be watching this video. You better subscribe, bro. Subscribe. All right, so we basically made it to Tandem again. I'm down the street real quick because I have to get to the doorway. But we're back at it again, bro. Back at it again. It was a long little ride, but honestly, it's better than walking or any other type of deal. So this is Tandem. We at Tandem. We made it. So we're gonna perform tonight, and hopefully tonight goes good. I'm gonna go through the back and make sure. I wish I could flip it over. All right, there we go. Coffee and drinks. I wonder if we're gonna be inside or outside. Probably gonna be inside again, I'm not gonna lie, but it's all Gucci. If y'all are here, leave a like, subscribe. No alcohol permitted inside. Damn, they actually did nice on the outside. Right.
In a dream, you were forever mine. We became lovers who hunger more than dying. Mercury retrograde is keeping you away from me, like a glitch, erasing me from your memory. The moon in our universe has sent us inward, making me curandera and you, Aristotle found in an agave bottle. I fail, for I cannot hear.
Exactly right. What does poet look like? So I wrote a poem that said how a poet should look like. Should I wear a Zora hat with a large feather? A black beret with a turtleneck sweater? Should I have a wise raven whispering in my ear, teaching me philosophies I don't want to hear? Should I look like I crawl a Kerouac book, hair slicked back with a Fonzie look? Should I cry about my family curse, or my broken hearts or something worse? Can I paint a dolly stash, bongos, drums beating like the lightning flashes? So how should a poet look like? Can you let me see? It's not how a poet looks like a poet can be. Can I construct a throne made from words, announce myself king of metaphor and verbs? Can I continue to chase the stars at night while dreaming about my San Antonio life? Should I take time to teach a child how to write a poem who doesn't even know where their life is going? I'll spread the love of verse all around while mimicking Mother Nature's sounds. I'll spread the love of verse through every city and town, even where the wicked burn everything.
My Matthew.
Yeah.
I awaken from my nap to an 8-year-old boy, skinned as a Pikachu from head to toe. He lays his body on top of me, releasing the stress of my wicked day. He smiles as big as the sun. He takes my socks off one by one. He caresses the bottom of my feet oh so tenderly. He has done this since he was 4. His tribute to the one person who carried him for 9 months. a ceremony in silence, the type that speaks.
And we were tossed outside in the middle of a hailstorm with no shoes and no diapers. When my mom told me we weren't worth it, I buckled you in, got in the car, and told you no matter what, it's always me and you. When my new relationship of 2 years came to its close and toxicity and torment were finally displayed, I moved us to a new life and told you no matter what, it's always me and you. When tears fell upon your face and you begged me to fix things I couldn't change, I felt instantly like I was falling short. My words couldn't explain the changes you were facing, so I just took a deep breath, let you talk about how you felt, and told you no matter what, it's always me and you. I know there are still many years to come as I'm writing this, and when I read this to you, being your mom is a journey of the heart. Your smile you share becomes a treasure. It persuades me, even on rough days, to allow myself the pleasure of laughter. In the quiet moments when I think life is nearly over, when I think I'll have to give up, the sound of your voice reminds me that life is worth fighting for. I watch you grow, and with each step you take, I feel the weight of love and responsibility, a bond that deepens with every shared secret, every whisper, every touch, every tear wiped away, and every joy celebrated. In the chaos of life, you are my calm, a reminder that love is the greatest adventure. Being your mom is not just a role, it's a profound connection that shapes my soul. You color me in sunshine, even in gray skies.
My name is Galaxy. Nice to see everybody here today. A lot more people here today than last time. I'm just going to take the mic off just because I feel more comfortable like that. I saw a lot of poets before I even got here, so it's nice to see a lot of poets in the building. I'm a songwriter. A lot of people say I'm like a rapper, but I kind of prefer to like songwriter because I do write all my songs. It's not like something that I just kind of come up with in my head. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I just write it all down and go from there. So I'm gonna play some songs. I have brought my speakers, so hopefully it's loud enough for everybody to hear, and hopefully y'all can hear my voice on that too. So the first song I'm gonna do is called Mount Everest. I just released, or I'm about to release this album soon, so this isn't really out on all platforms yet, but it will be. So yeah. What's gotta be? I guess I'ma have to see. Yeah, I let this gas consume me. I got as high as Mount Everest, falling to the deep of the earth's mantle. Blood boiling like lava, and to do something be a problem solver. Hate to be greedy, but I need my commas. I ain't mess around no llama. I need shorty there for me, no drama. I can see you only see what you wanna. I heard you get it from your mama. It's your ancestry. It's like my past still haunting me. I found something I lost in the deep. A lost part of me, a lost one small dog. So with the nerves in the journey I'm on a plant to see. Yeah, watch it grow wider and wiser like a tree. Puzzle pieces of my heart is scattered, but I'll never lose a piece. Things up above, keeping it all together. It's so arachnid, I'm caught up in your web. Let's go get stuck up together. I let this gas consume me. I got as high as Mount Everest, falling to the deep of the earth's mantle. Blood boiling like lava. Had to do something, be a problem solver. Hate to be greedy, but I need my commas. I ain't mess around no longer. I need shorty there for me, no drama. Seen it plenty of times. People tend to lie, say they always alright. Face masks, put a mask on. When I take the mask off. Look time when I strut up on the asphalt. I lie here looking at the stars like I'ma pass off. What's it gotta be? I guess I'ma have to see. For that reaper to the end. See the beast awaken within. I've been here before and I'm seeing it again. Yeah. Now Everest till the end. Yeah. That one's a pretty meaningful song to me. It's got a lot of meaning to it. I could go into depth about it a lot, but it's just about like reaching your highs and then going to your lows, because that's pretty much like life entirely. You're going up to your highs and meet your lows. You know, you're kind of stuck in between sometimes. So that was the meaning behind that song. The next one I'm gonna do is called "Roll It Up." It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so if you already know, you already know. So. But yeah, it's just a little fun song that I cooked up.
I be trippin' free, flippin' all over the beat. Got 'em talking big, yapping like get off of my meat. Baby things like this are come here, give me that sweet treat. She like how I smoking all this tree, all this green, that's on me. They talking problems, bro, it ain't even that deep. Looking for the door, then go ahead and leave. Now homies, only ones that I keep close to me. Really by my side, so I ain't ever lonely, yeah. Ay, I'm drinking knowledge, how I supply the plug. Dump that shit, I'ma wipe my shoes on you like a rug. Ain't no tug of war, you ain't tug. Ain't no nothing, you ain't that tough. So don't show me some love, not just the lust, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. I keep it rolling, they ain't know I stay patrolling. They know around the city, I'm out here really rolling up. I just stacked it down, keep it growing up. That's what's on mine, so I'm out here gunning for it all. I've been working hard, I don't need to sleep. Big checks, big pussy is the only thing I need. I can be the king if you never be my queen. I'm so clean, I'm like the freshest that they've ever seen. Yeah, time is so involved, but it's still my time. Jack of all trades, I got so much on my mind. So creative, I'm undefined, some don't want to see me. It's like they blind. I've been doing the most, making most my time. Looking for the best dream, like I'm thinking out of line. Yeah, I've been tripping. Free flipping all over the beat. Got 'em talking big, yapping like get off of my meat. Can't be things like this, like come here, give me that sweet treat. She like how I'm stacking all this green, all this tree, that's on me. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. Crush it up, roll it up, I'm smoking up, yeah. I'm really doing this 6 days a week. 365 days a year. All year.
Not just 420.
Yeah. I was gonna say that, but I was like, we're gonna go with it. That was rolling up. Those 2 songs off of my album, like I said, that's being released. I know I stuttered a little bit. Sorry. But like I said, that's just some new music that I got going on. So hopefully y'all like and enjoy the little vibe. My name's Galaxy, by the way. You can look it up pretty much anywhere. It's the real Galaxy. So thank y'all.
I don't know about all that. You know, it never gets any easier sitting up here.
That's what, honestly.
Alright, I'm like so organized. I want to start with something that can be inspired. Because I love the way you weave your language together. Love you. It's titled This is a Mug. There I was, sat in that old, splintered rocking chair, wrapped in a worn, red wool cobija. I heard the crackle of the dark, smoky leña. I saw each piece be devoured by flames. The rest of the room was cold, dark, and empty, with its sharp, rigid eyes. It fought out the warmth, strangled it like a serpiente steals breath from its prey. Este espacio era frío y oscuro y vacío. Mis ojitos tenían brillo de lágrimas adentro de la chimenea. This one is called I read somewhere that atoms never touch. They are surrounded by a cloud of electrons that repel each other, allowing for them to exist next to each other, interact with each other, but not to touch. If the science that makes up the foundation of our world does not find it necessary to touch, why do we? I don't exactly like touch. A passing brush, fingertips on my forearm, a slight shoulder squeeze, a hand placed on my back. I cringe or freeze or step back. Each time feels like fire, charring the atoms that pull apart, they align together to create the top layer of my skin. If the science, yet I crave your touch. Crave your palm as it molds to the bottom of my chin. Your fingertips that dig into my hip bone. Your arms that engulf my ribcage as they try to squeeze comfort out of me. Your teeth that carve out your favorite piece of my shoulder. Your hand that rests between my ribcage and my waist. My sense of touch has never been so invaded. My atoms never so excited. Sorry, I like 2 more. This one's called Friends with Evidence. You lay your demons at my feet. Expect them to obey, to submit to me, to leave your soul and grant you to your peace. You thank me for the comfort my bloodied ankles feed. You expect me to slay these monsters with gentle hands and soft lips. See them as they bleed. My fingers tear through your muscles and release all ties your past has not within you. I revel in the glory of clearing the fog before you, but then you leave, all patched and mended, even if temporarily leave me bruised, nosed at, bloody. Your demons lull me to sleep as I wait for the new ones. The last one is called Brethren. I see you, bro, as you patch yourself up with beer and vices. I bear witness as you tell your mirror that it doesn't hurt, doesn't bother you, doesn't affect you. I hear your heart squeeze itself so tight just to hold itself together. So the demons and pain that party inside don't make their way out of your lips. I feel the roughness of your past beneath the fibers in your muscles and the callus on your hands. It fills my nose as you cover your weakness in cologne and substances that help silence the voices of your failures. I taste it in the words spewed from your mouth about people and opportunities you've lost and have lost you. I hold this place for you, to lay it all to rest, to find your peace. That is what I wish you most.
Hi, Tandem. I got here a little late. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to do my meeting fast. Anyway, I have 2 poems about heartbreak, if that's okay with y'all. So, I recently saw my ex at a concert, so I wrote about it as if I went to a bar, if that makes any sense. It's called You're Not the Favorite Anymore. I got pretty drunk on emotion last night. I downed anxiety with a splash of happiness first. The rim of the glass had been salted with hope. It quickly quenched my thirst. To see you, to hear you call me güera, to share a laugh again. I wanted to stay, but at what expense? I've already shared too much too soon. I took a swig of giddiness, but the butterflies flew off into the empty sounds on stage as soon as they saw you weren't looking too hot. Are you sure you're doing good? I hate that I care a lot. I wish I could hate and have forgotten you. Relief was the lemon I sucked on for a few seconds when you told me you were as miserable as me. I wondered for months whether I was on your mind. I was glad you had moved on either to a degree. 6 months is a long time without the love of your life, which is crazy because they flew by way back when we shared the kind of love that is found in movies and books of the life. A couple of shots of regret came next to remind me of how much I missed you. Being the only two in a room to jump up and down at a concert or hate on all the hard lessons learned, sharing old inside jokes and giggles as easy as they come. Actually, I shouldn't have come here. The margarita I took a few sips of didn't help my mood at all. It tasted like pain, sadness, and confusion. It made me panic about beginning to fall over myself and wreck the future I'm building for you. Again. Question upon question upon question. If an ex is an ex for a reason, why am I so happy around him? Why is he looking at me like that? Wait, why are we now avoiding eye contact? Is that a smile glistening through the cracks? He's getting closer, but why don't I move back? The chemistry and memories are all coming back. Does he feel it too? Would I block him if he asked me to? What do I want out of this conversation? What did I even expect? To give our tragic movie a second go, that we would fall in love again? I know that the answer is no. It doesn't make me less depressed, though. I then chew on some bites. Finally, some peace and quiet. Thoughts aren't louder than the crunching. Though. Maybe if I go to bed, I would have just been dreaming. But the hangover is a turmoil. Being sober isn't fair. My reality is becoming a nightmare. The towel and the seat are still in my car from last night. This is too much for me to bear, so I hope I never see you again. This is all for the best. You deserve good, and I deserve better. But for now, if you'll excuse me, I need some electrolytes and long-awaited rest. Thank you. This one's kind of short. It doesn't have a title. This is the part where they go away. For good this time, I hope to say. Headlights pointed in separate ways. Not sure how long that way it'll stay. The tears fell silently down his face. She hoped her rear mirror didn't catch her gaze. I soaked once and now again in pain. They each resented the careful wishes cliche. Neither of them thought their hearts could take more than part one of this miserable heartbreak. And ironically, love songs would proceed to play as he turned right and she continued straight. Thank you.
National Poetry Month, we have the honor to host and celebrate Eddie Vega. He's the 7th poet laureate of San Antonio.
It was really ridiculous. I was younger then though, so I could handle it. Welcome. Thank you all for having me out here. Give a round of applause for all the poets so far. Great work. You all seem kind of quiet, and that bothers a spoken word artist because then I need to feed off your energy, right? So it's okay if you laugh at something that I say, even if it's not funny, all right? And it's okay to say yeah, right? It's okay. I don't mind. I don't even heard like you snap during a poem, like during, not at the end. During a poem that says, hey, I like that line, but I don't want to interrupt you, right? You do like quick, you go, yeah, or Like, if you really like something, just go, like it hits you good. Like you just had a good bite of chocolate cake, right? You on tracks with me? That was pretty good. It didn't sound that creepy at all. So, yeah, so you can do any of those things, any combination of those things for me. Just don't go boo, because I get offended. Right? But anyhow, I'm going to start with a poem that I did just now that night. As poet laureate, they asked me to be at City Hall because it was a proclamation proclaiming that it's National Poetry Month in San Antonio, right? So that's something the mayor like said this whole thing. It was really, really cool. And I read this poem to them. This is a poem that I wrote back in like 2012, 2013, when they closed Hildebrand, and they moved my bus route a little bit to Stadium Drive over by Trinity. And I tried to say that to the mayor and the city council, like saying like, you know, no shade, like I know y'all closed Hildebrand, but I'm not bitter about it anymore, right? Yeah, but there were not enough of them there to really understand that. Plus, it just fell flat as a joke, like right now. So, anyhow. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and I take a step up from Stadium Drive into an arena full of faces that run out of smiles for the day. The driver's in a hurry, it seems. She's accelerated as the door is closed behind me, and the man who's fatter and balder than me is laughing as my boots stomp her balance and my hand reaches for a hold that I just can't get to. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and the marquee reads warnings about approved spill-proof containers, while a man reaches into a backpack to take a swig from a brown paper sack. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and a woman holds a toddler in her arms and a stroller at her knees. The child is in a sleeping bundle in a striped sweater. The woman is an exhausted heap in a puffy jacket and a fur-lined hood. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and the man in the dusty jeans and steel-toed shoes sleeps harder than the toddler. His head bops with those bumps, maintaining his staccato snore. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and Tucumares get on right before McCullough. They clean houses here in Olmos Park, and they complain about sons in Laredo and Lubbock and Chicago who don't call as often as they should. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and I think his name is El Chore. Not just because of his slight stature, but it's what's scripted on his neck. And he speaks the most perfect, most mellifluous, most euphonious, harmonious Tejano I've ever heard. No, hombre, vato, it took him 16 months to give me the disability. Pero ¿sabes qué? Cuando me dan el cheque, I'm gonna buy myself a Cavalier. El vato me va a dar todo. Las placas, el registration, everything. It's clean, man. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and we pick up one half of San Antonio College at San Pedro. Students in perfect uniforms, backpacks, AirPods, skinny jeans. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, we pick up two skaters bored with their boards at Blanco. They also have about 27 piercings, over a dozen tattoos, one movie camera, and 2 flock of seagulls haircuts. That makes me wonder just how long I've been on this bus. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and I take a step back and look at the panorama portrait develops. That's my overweight Uncle Rodney who's still making fun of me. And that's my other Theo with his sad brown paper sack. That's my brother who works construction. My sister and my niece who spent all day at the park. My tias who work in a neighborhood where they could never afford to live. My cousins who are trying to better themselves with education. And my other primo who went to the other colegio. And my neighbors, the skaters, who remind me, you don't always have to know where you're going to enjoy the ride. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and this is my familia. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, and this is San Antonio. It's 5:09 on the 5:09, just 11 more stops till time to stop standing still. So I'm happy to be here on the south side. This might just be the furthest south I've ever done a poem in San Antonio, right? Not counting Laredo or Valley, or what's that town on the coast? It's not Corpus, like further south. Port A, maybe.
Yeah,
I was there once.
Mustang.
The Mustang. I didn't do poems of Mustang. That'd been cool. No, I was in the other town. The town with all the. I'm not gonna say who was there. Because people are recording me right now. And, anyhow. But because we're on the south side, I'm gonna do this poem, and I'll tell you about it a little bit. It's called Nogalitos. The south side streets sound so sweet, reminding me of pecans. But as I crack these shells, all I get are questions. Were there pecan trees all along the trail that flowed south from downtown toward the road to Laredo? Were they small then, maybe too young to be nogales, or just too cute not to ito them? Did the first Southsiders lay in hammocks in their shade, cracking nuts and throwing shade like comadres caminando en la calle? Where did the arbolitos go? Uprooted by those planting roots along the road, pushed aside in the name of gentrification? What did it sound like when the cracking stopped? Because the company wanted to leave the shellers penniless by giving them a penny less per pound. En Matanayuca led the workers in their walkout confronting police and paper shelf politicos. All they wanted was the sweet taste of justice instead of bitter communistic accusations. Nogalitos. AG pickered pecans, collects pecans, and aluminum cans. Maria's Cafe serves meatloaf on Thursday, in case you're bored of the Catholic Sabbath. The underpass is most appreciated at night, driving with the windows down, the train passing over our heads. All of this I ponder as Anthony the poet shows me the taco truck where I can get cinco de asada for $5.25, knowing that this street is probably the only one that remembers when the hair on his chinny chin chin was black. Nogalitos, I don't have to dig too far under your smooth surface to find sweetness. So I have a lot of memories of Nogalitos, usually because I was driving Anthony home, and he lives kind of near, he's off Nogalitos. And also, so one day I was doing research because they were putting together the tricentennial book. They were going to put in poems into a book to mark the San Antonio's 300 years. And they had categories according to different eras in San Antonio history. And I was like, what's more San Antonio than Nogalitos? So I'm like, I drove down the street with my son, and I had him with my notebook and a pen, and I was like, here, like, write this down. A.G. Pickard, and aluminum cans, write that down. We drove up and down the street like 3 times. Write this down. So I did a lot of research and I put this poem together, and I submitted it to that contest. You could submit up to 3 poems. That poem didn't make it, but I put it in my book. But then there was another category I thought of, and I was like, what about? Because we had just been to Government Canyon and seen those dinosaur tracks. Anybody been there? Right? Aren't they cool? We had just been there. I've been there with my kids, and I thought about it. Right? And I did research too, man. I had to look up all the dinosaurs that were there, all the geological formations, right? And I wrote this poem, and I thought this for sure, this one's gonna make it, because no one's gonna have a poem like this. Those guys were so Cretaceous, leaving their marks in an ancient shoreline. Paleontologists all say that some Acrocanthosaurus was walking on the beach when it made those footprints. But I think those educated about those guys are wrong. There's only one reason why somebody in San Antonio would be making footprints that still show after 110 million years. Nah, for real. Those Acrocans, the first Texicans, slow-moving beasts, tired of hunting Barney, Yoshi, and Littlefoot day after day in the Texas heat, were thrilled when Iguana Don Pedro and Iguana Doña Checha dug the most enormous, humongous Dinosaurus pit and set up the Alamosaurus Barbacoas Company on the far, far, far west side. What self-respecting theropod doesn't appreciate a slow roasted sauropod? But they had to get there early, be the Theo Dino that stands in line at the crack of dawn for his family to get an all-meat special and an acre-foot or 2 of that big red water bubbling up from the spring. But they hadn't eaten with their hands because tortillas weren't invented yet. But if they got there late, hombre, olvídalo. The Quetzalcoatlus would swoop in around noon and take whatever was still on the mesa. So, the Acrocans, the first Texicans, planted their feet, looked over at cliff sides painted with rainwater and sea sprays while smelling the sweet scent of a slow roasted sauropod, igniting a 110 million year tradition. Because those guys were so Cretaceous, standing in line for barbacoa. That also did not make it. I know, right? like, okay, I was done. I'm not gonna write new poems. Let me get another one off my Google Docs and just throw it in there, right? And this is a poem that I had for a long time that I've been reading around town, but I never published it, so it qualified. San Antonio has its own superhero. His uniform is a pair of jeans, a plaid shirt, and a Spurs hat. His vehicle, actually, he's got two. One is a customized multi-cycle lowered, but with some sweet rims. The other, he pushes around himself with the two hardest working legs in the business, and you'll know he's coming because of his clarion call. Ring, ring. He's the Knight of Nogalitos, the warrior of Guadalupe, the champion of Cesar Chavez, the conqueror of Culebra. He's the savior of summer, here to bring relief to the tired, hungry, weary, thirsty citizens of San Antonio, ready to melt under an April sky. Paleta man. You balling with your boys on the back top? He's there. Take it, you hanging with your boo, holding hands in the gazebo? He's there. You get out of that algebra class you had to retake in summer school? He's there for you too. You don't call Paleta man with some signal from the sky. No, he rounds the corner and comes towards you when you least expected it, but you most needed him. You exchange universal hand signals and a head bob, and if you can handle it, I'll whistle. Paleta man makes magic appear with a no-look reach in the depths of this box to give you what your heart desires. He's got lemon, lime, coconut, and chocolate. 2 packs of strawberry and horchata. Pineapple, banana, amaretto, pecan, pina colada, vanilla and raisin, arroz con leche, mango melosa, dieta, marito, cookies and cream, and even pepino. If you're into that stuff too. Something for everyone to satisfy your palate from the push cart. Hey, he tries to bring you joy, and all he asks for is $1. So buy one for your little brother too, and your little cousin, and your summer crush, and the guy who's been on the park bench all day asking for loose change because everybody deserves the joy of a paleta. ¿Sabes qué? Take out a 20 and play Oprah in your barrio. You get one, and you get one, and you get one. Everybody gets one. So give it up for the paleta man, because he's the coolest superhero we got. Woo! So that's the one that made it in, finally, right? Anyway, I've written that those are a little old. This is something that I've written a lot more recently, which is not why it's not like in a. That's why it's in the Google Doc and not like in a book or anything. And that's right. You know, I pay attention to the news, right? A lot of poetry comes from just reacting to the world because we feel as poets, right? I'm sure you feel in some way a little uneasy about things, so you write about it. Yes. You're either uneasy about like something like in your city, in your community, in your relationships, whatever. But there's some sort of uneasiness. That's why you write it. This one is called "Because We Can No Longer Afford Breakfast Tacos with Eggs." Order bean and cheese, or chorizo. Chorizo con papa, papa ranchera, papa con bacon, sausage ranchero, chicharrón and salsa, or barbacoa, but only on Saturday or Sunday. Or just avocado, if you're in Austin. Or just bacon, if you're in denial. Or pork chop, no, for real, you gotta try a pork chop taco. Or brisket, Garcias, or even Bill Miller. Unless there's no one to take your order at the window, or a server, or a cashier, or a carpenter, or a plumber, a mechanic, a nurse, an x-ray tech, a dental assistant, a dentist, or a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a teacher, a graduate student, just wanted to say their piece. Or your tío, or your madrina, or your cousin, or your sister, or your brother, or your dad, or your mom, or anyone left that doesn't look like you. Or only the people that look like you. Then cook for your racist self. Save money before the terrorists hit. Eat in scarcity. Eat an English only bowl of crap. And eat alone. This is also kind of new, and y'all don't do that thing where somebody says it's new and then you're like, new shit. You don't do that?
Yes.
Oh, you do that. heard people say that I got a new poem and nobody said it.
Nobody.
Maybe not everybody knew, right? Now you know, right? So I have a poem I cannot find. Here we go. I have a new poem.
New shit.
Thank you. This poem was written as part of a ekphrastic competition. That's poetry that you do to a work of art. And they let me have free reign in May and say, pick anything. And I picked a piece that was part of an exhibition.
But the tempo is not the one that comes easy to match. When I ask, you say it's in my blood, but this blood is not mine. The rhythm within was lost over time. You say it's in my culture, but the connection has been lost, left behind the border crossed. But I say, or you say I should be ashamed, but I can't bring back what is gone, no matter how much I want to belong. It's a beautiful song, but I'm dancing along to no melody, alone with no identity. Trying to mimic your dance moves, left in the quiet of this generational world of silence.
Nice.
I wasn't expecting it to be true, but I guess I do, so. This one's called Holding the Night. 1. When I was younger, my mother caught me staring at the stars. As the months got colder, she reached into the sky, pulling it apart with steady hands, molding the night into the frame of a guitar. 2. The tip of a finger drifts across the strings as if I was tracing the spider veins on the back of the hands that raised me, hoping that day would never come to wake me. I held the knife tightly in my grasp. 3. Your body resting against me, held by the waist, strumming the veins on your neck. A sad melody sings out, my soul cries along. 4. You always came out when the sun sank low. After sharing a few drinks with those like me, you would laugh and sing out of key. I felt out of tune my whole life, but you made it sound alright. 5. The sun rose over a home I hadn't seen in a year. Everyone kept your death a secret. With your head in my hand and your body on the floor, I held the night loosely in my grasp. Was that 6? I don't know. I can't count. Listening to the sound of wind chimes dancing in the summer breeze, my dog runs around in the glow of an orange sky as I think about getting older. She lays next to me and I can feel her warm breath on my leg. I want to fill the air with my own sound. As the sun sets, I reach for you, but you're not there. Now you pass the time collecting dust in the corner of my closet. The light finds its way through my window as it hits the right angle. The dust that covers you looks like the Milky Way. For some reason, I can't let you go. Even in pieces, you're a reminder of what holds me together. When the dark creeps in, the night feels long. My hand plays along to that first song I wrote at my lowest. Untitled and incomplete is all it will ever be. I wouldn't want to finish it without your worn out strings. No amount of wishing will bring me back. At night, I think about what you would look like as a shooting star. Fragments of my heart wrapped in nylon strings, raining over the Tower of America. Like a meteor shower, the people I love can chase until they find everything missing in their life. Thank you.
I found her on Instagram and I love this song, and Vic is going to strum the chorus. We're gonna sing together. Yeah. I'm not a singer.
Get that up. We're all singers, okay?
I fucking love this thing, man.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to sit in a different chair.
Hopefully me and you don't break the stage, nigga. We could be the first ones to break that stage. Jump out of it. Push one out. Pull up. What's going on? I want to hear music. Yeah. That's cute.
See, I'll follow you through the bluest of days,
And I'll comfort you every which way.
'cause I'm crazy in love. I'm so crazy in love.
No, I can't get enough. No, I'll never get enough of you, my love.
See, the days are so good, and the nights are so sweet.
Baby, you put me in the mood, sweep me off my feet.
There's times when you're sad, and I wanna lift you up.
So I do all I can. Honey, you got my love. Oh, oh.
See, I'll follow
Conscious of the stage. I did stand up years and years and years ago on a stage, something like this, and I almost fell off. I came prepared to read all my poems, and I didn't know which one I wanted to read first. But I'm trying to read this poem more often to get through the hurt. You know what I mean? So so I might break down a little more than halfway. And if you want to join me, that's okay. This poem's called I'm Only a $2 Bill. I was born in the bustling heart of 1976. 200 pennies condensed into fresh ink and paper so crisp. A $2 bill, rare in the world. Destined to venture for something great. To dance in the hands of dreamers, lighting sparks of hope. To celebrate small victories in cafes, gracing tip jars for artists, fueling creativity and passion. I remind the world that value isn't always found in the expected, but the stories we value, the dreams we chase, and the journeys waiting to unfold. In 1994, I was traded to a 16-year-old boy. Keep it safe, his father said. It's for good luck, or in times of need. You'll always have $2 more than nothing. Yet, how could I find my purpose tucked in the folds of this boy's Velcro wallet? Each day felt like a betrayal, unspent resentment building as I longed to be part of the world outside, to help, to serve, and to be needed. And years rolled on, challenges, struggles, heartaches, I remained pristine and idle. The boy became a man, carrying me now in a worn leather wallet, navigating life's treacherous waters, while I stay hidden, forgotten, drawn out only in nostalgia, a fleeting glimpse of his father's love. How I wish to be spent, to purchase a meal or fill a tank with gas. It felt just out of reach. Then the day came when silence fell heavy upon the house. The man who once held me close clenched the weight of loss. His father had passed, leaving echoes of laughter and whispers of encouragement. I felt a shift within the wallet. No longer just a bill, but a vessel of memories. A bridge to the past that felt like a dream. I transformed. Resentment faded away like shadows at dawn. My worth redefined, no longer 8 quarters worth. Not in the currency I represented, but in the love that swirled around me. I became a reminder of unwavering belief, a source of inspiration. Now I rest comfortably in a modern-day titanium wallet, a testament to the bond between father and son. I am no longer just paper. I am a symbol of hope. Each glance at my faded ink in gentle crease mapping my journey, whispers stories of struggle and strength, lessons learned in the life's quiet moments. I may never be spent, but I am forever valued, carried within the heart of the Son, who finds strength in my existence, who feels the warmth of his Father's belief surrounding him. I am not a meager $2 bill. I am a story, a connection, a silent encouragement echoing through time, reminding him that even in adversity, he carries the spirit of resilience that never fades. Thank you, guys.
So as you can tell, there's not just me. There's the guy that was on here earlier. As y'all might not have already known already, but we are artists that kind of already collabed together. We made a song together for like the album that I was coming out about the release. I didn't know if we were gonna have enough time to perform this song, so it's kind of a surprise I'm actually gonna do it right now. I hope the stage can hold both of us.
That's why I was hesitant on.
So I guess we're gonna test it out tonight on Tandem. If we fall on this stage, I'm gonna be recording.
I'll pay for it. I'm not gonna like it.
I'll build it. So the next song is called Pull Up 2. I had made a song originally called Pull Up, so this is part 2. It's basically just pulling up everywhere, all over the place, like, right around town. So yeah, it's gonna be me and him. Hopefully y'all can enjoy. Yeah, I'm gonna play off this speaker because I don't know if that one's louder or not. I just can't tell. So whatever's not appreciated.
No, for real.
All right, so minor assistance. Some minors. All right, so this is Pull Up 2. Hopefully y'all can enjoy. Sorry for the yapping. I'll stop. It's a little intro. Yeah. We back in this bitch. Whoa. They want to see me shine. Yeah, I'm shining like some highlights. Watch, bitch, when I pull up, yeah, I'm coming through. Gas on deck, yeah, they know how we do. Always on the go, they never know my next move. They say they ballin' like that, I don't see any proof. I've been going crazy, got a nut loose. I got mojo, got that real juice. Got 'em leaning back, moonwalking, see I'm talking. Bitch, I'm never walking, never lacking. Cause I'm always locked in, I'm always outstanding by the way that she drop it. Why these bitches tripping, but ain't shit. I've been deep diving straight into the mix. I'm like current addiction, I ain't just a quick fix. I'm that sub magician, I got hella tricks. Locking the target, bullseye the way that it hits. To the trumpets, but you got Trump in office. Hard unless you ain't got no logic. I've been chillin', been thinking
thinking you're a high roller, but getting around with empty pockets. Garbage, but you can't stand on it. I'm about mine, I can stand for it. Bitch like Nike, I just do it. Yeah, cooler than the freezer. Got time for the faking. I'm eating this bitch like a wood. Yeah, I'm coming through. Yes, I'm dead, yeah, you know how we do. Always on the go, they never know my next move. They say they ballin' like that, I don't see any proof. I've been going crazy, got a nut.
Young Dizzy D, he a real showstopper. I ain't got no gun, but I ain't feeling for no chopper. I'm a real brother, no the ones can relate. Some people copping ice and y'all can't even skate. Said don't really coming from the San Antonio. 30 damn city, know I had to put them on. Taking chances, taking risks, that's what we on. It's a real brother movement, gotta pull out your phone, like, take a picture. Yeah, take a flick. When I pull up, it's on 9, but I bring it up to 10. I'm bringing forward about a bend. There's gonna be some shawties in a minute. How you say, how you get this fly? I be like, baby, I am not afraid to die. My plummy, but you so still high. If you play with me, just know I'm not a nice guy. Hey. I remember I called. I left that message, bro. I called and left that message. The 111 address.
Yes, bitch, when I pull up, yeah, I'm coming through. Guess I'm dead, yeah, you know how we do. Always on the go, they never know my next move. They say they ballin' like that, I don't see any proof. I've been going crazy, got a nut loose. Never got that real juice. Got 'em leaning back, moonwalking, see 'em talking. Bitch, I'm on the road, I'm never lacking, never crossing, cause I'm always locked in. I'm always upstanding by the way that she dropped it. Like the way that she dropped it. Got 'em really talking. That was I don't know if y'all even heard the beat, the remix of the beat, but it's a remix of an old song from back then in 2010s. I don't know if y'all were, but yeah, that was a pretty good remix that I made, so hopefully y'all like and enjoy it. I'm Galaxy, that was Roseboidizzy. Hopefully y'all like and enjoy it.
Still got 3 roses left.
That's crazy. Hey, bro, thank you for supporting us, bro. You a real one.
The roof. The roof.
This is our real supporter right here, bro. He really be doing it for us.
For real.
He was singing Sobona, all that.
For real.
I heard him.
The youth is the truth, man.
The youth got brains.
Take it.
Yo, is that